Hey guys, welcome back to Film Top. How I Met Your Mother has been one of the most successful television comedy sitcoms of all time. The pilot episode aired in 2005, and since then, every comedy fan had a hard time waiting for the next episode. Its final season and episode aired in March of 2014, but people still rewatched and enjoy the entire show again. Its characters were what made it worthwhile. If you were wondering where the gang is right now, head on in to see How I Met Your Mother cast where they are now. Number 6. Kristen Milioti. In some ways, Kristen had the hardest job of all the characters on the show. She had to meet expectations that were building up for many years, and she needed to convince the audience that she was the absolute right choice for Ted after so many prior girlfriends. Despite the final season of the show receiving a fair amount of backlash, most people will still agree that Kristen Milioti nailed her role and exceeded in all expectations. She's continued to work in television, appearing prominently in the second season of Fargo and on the USS Callister episode of Black Mirror. She has also continued her work in theater, starring as Ellie in the off-Broadway production of David Bowie's Lazarus. Number 5. Neil Patrick Harris. Many people knew Neil Patrick Harris as Doogie Howser before he basically disappeared and re-emerged as everyone's favorite ladies' man, Barney Stinson. Harris's role elevated him to the A-list, and he went on to host the Academy Awards in 2015. Since that time, he has executive produced and starred in Netflix's Peabody-winning A Series of Unfortunate Events, which aired for 3 seasons. He also executive produced a game show on NBC called Genius Jr. The show tested the intelligence of children. As of 2019, the show A Series of Unfortunate Events aired in January of that year, while he also filmed a Netflix comedy special Side by Side. This was a tribute to NBC's sketch comedy series Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. The series was called Still Laugh-In, and in it, the stars celebrated the success of the show and was a huge hit as well. This was only a small count of Harris's appearance in shows and movies. He has been a part of multiple projects, some of which were blockbusters. Number 4. Jason Segel. Jason Segel really hit a stride throughout How I Met Your Mother's run. Starring in movies like Forgetting Sarah Marshall and I Love You Man, his heart certainly seemed to be in the movies because he hasn't done any live-action TV since the finale of How I Met Your Mother. His most prominent role since the show has been that of an esteemed author, David Foster Wallace, in the feature The End of the Tour, which he was nominated for an Independent Spirit Award. He's also starred in 2 Netflix-distributed movies, The Discovery and Come Sunday. And it's all not life in front of the camera, as he and the novelist Kirsten Miller have been working on young adult books during the mid-2010s, including Other World, which was released in 2017. Number 3. Alyson Hannigan. Alyson arguably had the most prominent career pre-How I Met Your Mother by starring as Michelle in the American Pie series and Willow in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Unlike her on-screen husband, she's recently given TV precedence over films. She starred as Ann Possible in the Disney Channel Kim Possible, and she'll also appear in the second season of Super Channel's Pure. Perhaps her biggest claim to fame, post How I Met Your Mother, is hosting Penn and Teller Fool Us on the CW. She's been hosting the show since 2016 after taking the reins from Jonathan Ross. Number 2. Cobie Smulders. Cobie was pretty much an unknown before starring in the hit comedy series How I Met Your Mother, and now she is a major Hollywood star. Most people will know her as Mariah Hill from the Avengers movies, although she's also done plenty of other work. She starred alongside Tom Cruise in Jack Reacher Never Go Back and provided the voice of Wonder Woman in 2 Lego movies. She's also made a splash on TV and the web, having appeared in Arrested Development, Friends from College, and A Series of Unfortunate Events alongside her former How I Met Your Mother co-star. 2019 looks to be her best year yet, and she's had multiple Marvel movies in the pipeline. Number 1. Josh Radnor. While Josh has not been able to achieve the same level of mainstream success as Cobie, he is doing just fine for himself. He starred in the PBS medical drama Mercy Street and the NBC musical Rise, both of which have unfortunately been canceled. He's also starred in the Amazon show Hunt, which features the chronicles of a group of Nazi hunters in the 1970s. But it's not all TV. He also was a lead in the movie Social Animals and also released an album with musician Rad Lee. He was also part of another show under the Kennedy Center production named Little Shop of Horrors. Now, wasn't that interesting to see your favorite characters be the face of other series? That's surely a proud moment for Die Hard fans, and it's true for How I Met Your Mother fans too. The stars have no doubt had a victorious run after the uber successful comedy series. Anyway, be sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and we'll be seeing you guys in the next one.